Serine, nice to see you in Singapore again.
Very nice to see you.
I believe you lived here for a little while. How long had it been?
It was quite long, not a little while, 7-8 years.
You moved to Berlin?
I moved to Berlin. Well, we chose Berlin because we wanted a new start. Instead of going back to Belgium, where we had been very happy, we thought, why not try another city, somewhere new? Well, it wasn't completely new. My brother lived in Berlin for a very long time, so in my heart, I knew I've always loved the city. I came back because Singapore opened to Germany, so I decided to come.
That's right.
While there was no quarantine.
Yeah.
And then because I decided to come back, I called my good friend Jeremy and asked, is there any opportunity for me to do something? It would be very nice. So he very quickly organized these 2 recitals for me, which is amazing. So, yeah.
So I believe you have 2 recitals. Mm-hmm. Now that you're back,
yes.
You just did one amazing performance last week.
You.
I loved it. I was there.
Thank you.
Tell us about the 2 recitals, repertoire and,
Right. 2 entirely different program. I wanted to show what I had been doing lately in Berlin. Entirely new repertoire. Not that I dropped the ones that I used to do. It's just that I ventured into lower, more lyric repertoire. Purely by accident. I don't think I told you about this accident. I had a very silly scooter accident. Don't go on the scooter, very dangerous.
In Berlin.
In Berlin. Mm-hmm. And I was flown off and landed on my chest. It hurt very badly.
And you found now you are lower lyric soprano.
Exactly. I don't think, you know what, if you visit the PTIC's website, the page that promotes my recitals, it says what kind of soprano Sérine de Labaume is. Is she coloratura, is she lyric, etc., etc. I know I am, whatever, secret.
Oh, you're not saying it here?
No, should I? I mean, it's kind of obvious what kind of voice I was born with. But then it's so much fun to venture into this new territory. And, another thing is my dear friend and teacher, Jenny Ambelt in Milan, she's quite positive that I could be a very good lyric soprano. She really likes that quality of my voice. That's her preference. Me, I'm having a lot of fun doing all these new things, and but I do know that at the same time I shouldn't let go of what I have. So I'm just so coming back to these 2 recitals. I was supposed to do all this new repertoire, so it was going to be Puccini and Verdi, mostly Puccini and Verdi, quite heavy stuff. Then friends concerned started telling me, why don't you show where you're best at? Why are you leaving off? Mm-hmm. So in the end, little by little, it just became a bouquet of all kinds of different...
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the next concert's repertoire.
So let's say it is also very wide and...
the first aria from Queen of the Night.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, by the way, the second aria of Queen was scheduled as an encore piece. So Beatrice and I had prepared the Queen of the Night as the first encore piece, and then La Vie en Rose as the second one. And because we were kind of not sure whether, and she was like, "Well, let's just do the French piece."
Okay, we would like to hear the other one next.
One day.
No, next Sunday. Coming Sunday, yes.
We'll see. So I begin with the Queen, so that I can share with you. I open the concert with the Queen, and then after that we have a bunch of other things. I've got Puccini, I've got Massenet that you like.
Okay, we won't tell them. You have to find out.
Verdi. Yeah.
Come to the concert.
Come, exactly.
The link is down there. Yeah, okay, so you come back to Singapore and you said that you missed something about Singapore. What is it?
You know what? I gotta tell you something. I'm being just super honest here. Maybe when I first arrived, I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I suffered a lot. The first 6 months, I cried a lot because I missed my home. I missed my home.
Okay.
And friends and family.
Where was home then?
Belgium.
Belgium, yeah.
So I was not very happy, and often I was just way too tired. I couldn't cope with this weather. So I would just call my friends and cry and say, I just hate this weather. I just hate the food
Exhausting
here.
weather.
And then, funny enough, 10 years later today, what I like the most about Singapore is the weather.
Really?
I love the weather. I love the weather and I love the food. So two things that I hated in the beginning are the two things that I love now.
Because it's so cold in Berlin.
Yes, that too. And it's just like, it's so good to see the sun all the time. When it rains, I love it. When it's sunny, I love it. When it's hot, I feel like, phew, I don't have to wear much, you know. And
You just have to come back to Singapore during winter.
yes,
That's
exactly.
easy.
That's what I'll do. I hope the country remains open to me for a very, very long time.
Are you teaching your children to sing opera?
No, they don't want to.
They don't.
They're actually very good singers. They have really nice voices. Amavina, my elder daughter, she's quite amazing actually. When I was just trying out, I said like, sing along. So sing along, Regnava nel silenzio. That's kind of, right? And she sang from the beginning to the
An
end.
octave higher?
No, I wouldn't do that. But so Regnava nel silenzio, as you know, it's not an easy aria. And she sang from the beginning till the end, cabaletta included, the whole thing. And she could do it at the first go. And I was just like, how could you? It took me years to learn this, right? But she doesn't want to. So, whatever she wants, right? Whatever that makes her happy. So she's a fantastic artist, and she's a fantastic dancer. So we'll see. We'll see. When
Well,
she
talk
goes
about
to
the
college.
other art forms. I believe that you have something to tell us about some exhibition.
Oh, right. I would love to have an exhibition. I've done a few in Singapore as well. But there's this series of photography and other things that I made during the lockdown. That's called Solitude. And that's something I want to really share with others instead of just keeping it to myself.
So you do the photography, you do the painting. Is that what it is?
I do, when I have exhibitions, I usually like using all kinds of different mediums. So there will be photography, there will be video art, and there will be drawings and paintings. But what I like the most, I think, is installation using different materials. So it could look, installation is quite vague, but I do like using paper a lot. So it could be on the floor or on the wall or in the middle of the space. It's something that's what shall I say, very unique to that space.
Yeah.
So
I get it. Yes.
yeah. So when I have exhibitions, I like using all kinds of different mediums so that I could express, what shall I say, what I feel, what I think in a quite global way. I lived here for 7-8 years. And the whole time, I didn't get to go to a hawker center. That's kind of crazy.
Of course.
That is, I've done food court, but people say it's different thing. So I said, well, I need to try this hawker center. And it finally happened now that I'm being a tourist.
You mean you just went to a hawker center this return
That's
trip?
right. That's right.
And
Just
the
last
8
week.
years you've been here, you did not?
No, exactly.
Shame on you.
I know.
I'm interested to trace your singing journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where did you start and what kind of repertoire?
I started singing very late because I didn't know I have a voice. I was an artist and I majored in art. So, but maybe we have to go back to when I was 4 when I studied the violin. If I had to, I'm just being too honest, but if I had to choose between visual art and music, I think I would choose music if I had to. I hope I don't have to.
Well, you.
So no, my heart really lies in music. From like at the age of 4, I studied violin, and I just fell in love with the music. And but I didn't have the discipline, so I did not become a violinist. I couldn't possibly give hours of my day to practice. So that was a big frustration for me not to be able to express my feelings or whatever I was feeling through music, and always just had to be a spectator. And then at some point I discovered that I could sing. So that was a big revelation. It was kind of obvious that I had really high notes. So it was obvious that I was soprano. But I wanted to be a mezzo-soprano because I think it's just so warm and rich and lovely.
Yeah. Okay, you didn't tell us how the accident made you...
Oh, right. So
yeah.
I fell and then I landed on my chest, which hurt very badly, which meant I couldn't expand my ribcage anymore. And as a fellow singer, you must know that if you can't expand your ribcage, how do you connect yourself and produce the nice sound and all that? So I couldn't. I felt like, oh my god, my high notes are gone.
Really?
Yes, but I think it's because it was basically because I couldn't open my ribs. So for a couple of days, I couldn't produce the high notes anymore. I didn't want to stop singing just because because it just sounded different. So I thought maybe I'll do something else, something that I'm not used to.
Like Tosca.
Oh my god!
Do come to the concert this Sunday. The details are down there, and hope to see you there.
Oh, one more thing. I am coming back in December. So 24th of December, I have a concert, the same hall. So it could be opera, it could be art songs, it could be just Christmas carols. I'm kidding. I mean, it could be anything. Really, I haven't decided. So if you have any opportunity for me to join your program or come to, I don't know, your events to sing or something.
Yeah. Something.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and hope to see you very soon.
Yep.